This one costs about $50. So why wouldn't you go for this and you start your business? This one feeds only 20 chicks. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Katap's Farm. We want to thank you so much for being journeying with us, for the journey you've taken with us, the time we've given us. You've really supported us from the day one when we started, and now that we have more than 1,000 subscribers and above. Why shouldn't we thank you so much? Yes, here we are. The topic for today is the equipment for poultry farming. Equipment needed to have your poultry farming, especially layer birds. We want to talk about 500 layers, and this business is for starters, not for the people who are above there, the people who are starting. You and me, 20 birds, 100 birds, 1,000 is too much, but let us say 500. Now, we want to start with item number one. Item number one is passion and compassion. If you have passion and zeal, you have to do the business because it is yours. Internally, that is yours, it means your business will thrive. Item number two is money. Yes, we are living in the world where money is the root cause of every goodness. We oppose the other one. Money is the root cause of all evil. No, it is now the cause of all goodness. So when you have money, you're able to buy feeders, drinkers, everything. So that's item number two. Number three, drinkers. A drinker is a bucket or a jug or a tin whereby you place in water and then the chicks start drinking. Let us give an example with the day-old chicks whereby you place like this and they're able to get water there. Item number four, we have the poultry house. Yes, poultry house. Item number four, you must have a poultry house. I'm talking about a business whereby the structure is already there. Now, if you have the structure, that is your item that you ready to start your farming. Item number six. I'm sure you've never seen me with an overall. If you have been following me, my YouTube channels, my videos, you have never seen me with an overall. This overall is an item on the farm. What we call it as uniform. Because these birds don't like seeing different colors. If you enter with a different color today, no, they will cut the egg production. So my birds are sure that we use red color. Red what? Color. Another item are the feeders. So that is why I am touching and holding this feeder. If you don't have this feeder at your farm, don't dare to start. This feeder feeds 20 chicks. 10 here, 10 here. So if you're starting with 20 birds, you only need one, which is about 8,000 Ugandan shillings, and that means $1.2. Surely, if you're starting with 100 birds, it means you need how many? 5 of this. That is for first week. Second week, you need this one, because at least now the chicks are able to start putting their heads at a higher level. This one is shorter than this one, so this one is for at least 2 weeks. We have another one that is locally made. Of course, these are locally made here and are cheaper than metallic ones. So we have to go local. Let us go. We do what we can support. As an African, for me, I believe in doing what I can afford at the very time. Start with what you have. So this feeder can take you up to a full month in your birds. We talked about a drinker, yes, but there is another type of a drinker which is at least invented by Katap's Farm himself. This drinker, you may think it is not worth it, but you just have to buy a jerry can, a container, and you cut it. If you are a starter, this one costs about $1.2, but this one costs about $50. So why wouldn't you go for this and you start your business? This one feeds only 20 chicks. We have another one I invented recently. This 10-liter jerry can, I also cut it, and surely it was very cheap at 2,500 shillings Ugandan, which means maybe 20 cents, in a dollar, you're able to start your business. Okay, when you look at me, suspect of another item, from head to toe, this one, gumboots. We have gumboots for biosecurity. You must not bring disease in your house. And I want to talk about biosecurity. It means we need also the disinfectant as another item. Yes, Virukil is one of the disinfectants we have on the farms. We used to have non-cleanse, but it disappeared. However, this one is working for us very well. You have to ensure that you have it on your farm if you're to do poultry. Otherwise, you get a lot of infections in your birds. So this one helps you to spray around and also to use it in the basin as you put your feet in, you put it in foot bath, so that you don't bring any infection in the poultry house. We have another item you need before you bring in your chicks or your birds, my magical pot. In those days when I was growing up, we were told that pots are for witchcraft, herbalists, but for us we say pots are for chicks. I put in the charcoal here, then the heat spreads in the poultry house. That means if I have a pot, what else do I need? I need charcoal as another item. Charcoal, let us talk of 500 birds. So I think all I know, you need about 10 bags of charcoal. So that you start your poultry house. You need 30 of these to start for 500 hens. You need 30 of this to start. You need, if you have the money, you may need to have a difference between this and this. This is more costly, it's a drinker. This is cheaper, it's a drinker. Choose where you belong. For us, we are starter farmers. I chose here, I'm improving it here. This one is 7 years old, this one is 1 year old. Slowly by slowly we shall be there. Another item, we need to have a book to keep our records. This my book has all the records on the farm. Since I brought my chicks, the records are there. And you cannot have a book without a pen. So, whatever you buy, you bought the chicks on Monday, on the 10th, you record. Vaccination day is which day you record. When are you to the beak? When are you vaccinated? When are you to the worm? You have to record everything in a book. Another item, we need to have trays. Like trays, if you have layers, you must have empty trays, either plastic or paper trays. In this kind of trays, each one costs 500 shillings, but if you were to buy in a dozen, you would buy them at 50,000 Ugandan shillings. That's about $10.3. You need to have coffee husks. When you bring down all the chicks, you have to be sure that the poultry house has husks, because they keep the moisture, they regulate moisture, and again they also dry the house. They don't bring in dirt. So ensure that those things are not forgotten. I told you that every hen takes 1.2 grams of feeds. How do we measure? Weighing scale. You must have one. If you don't have, you're either overfeeding them or underfeeding them, and each one has repercussion. When you have underfeeding of birds, they get malnourished. When they are overfed, they get obese, and no obese hen produces eggs. Another item to me is, we can talk of a bulb for lighting the structure. You either have solar if you're in the village, you have a torch if you're in the village, or electric bulb if you're in the town. So you need bulbs. Another item is a pair of scissors to debeak your birds. I've given you a video before on how to debeak your birds. If you don't know how to debeak, just go there and check. Every item I've given you today, I'm only outlining, but there is another video that shows you the prices of commodities to start 500 birds. These are the current prices, because I was in the town last week. I checked all the prices. So check my videos. All of the videos that I've made at least you'll find one video that covers all your poultry desires and all your poultry questions. And finally, but not the least, is the hammer. For us starters, if you don't know how to hit a hammer, a nail, rest assured you will not succeed, because you can never call a fundi or a craftsman every day to hit a nail for you. You must have your own hammer. For the feeders, especially the big ones, I opted for these because these are locally made. You just have to buy timber, make them yourself. So this one feeds over 100 birds, mature ones. So basically, it is upon you to know what you want and then how to start. You may want 500 hens without capital to buy good feeders. This is good enough and locally made. We have bigger feeders. This one has also worked for me for the 7 years I've worked in poultry. It works very well, and this feeder is 10 kilograms. And you know, everybody consumes 1.2 grams a day. That means 12 kilograms will feed 100 birds. So if you have this one and takes 10 kilograms, how many do you need? You only need about 9 of them, so that you reduce the congestion of feeders in your poultry house. Therefore, we have talked about drinkers, feeders, charcoal, disinfectant, a basin, uniform, which is the overall, and the gumboots. We've talked about big feeders, so which means you're ready to start. These birds are 500. I have put very few feeders, but they are enough. They are a few, but big enough. Few drinkers, few but big enough. So if you're to start, just know a hen consumes 12 kilograms a day of feed. 1.2 grams a day. That means 100 consume 12 kilos. So you need to have feeders that can consume at least 10 kilograms per putting. So I feel what we've discussed is going to help someone outside there. At our farm, Katap's farm, we started small. You too can start. You can start from where you are. You too can start. Don't fear to start. I'm very sure someone is saying outside there, yes, I will. Start with 20 birds. Buy one small feeder, one small drinker, one big feeder, one big drinker, and you're done. Next season, buy other 50, buy other 100. Poultry gives money like mad. See you next time.